Hi there, welcome back to Final Fantasy X. Today I'm making a little video about stat grinding in Gird. Now, there is a fellow named Adog13 who I am subscribed to, and if you are not subscribed to him but you like this game, do check him out. He is working on defeating Dark Anima Gird. I highly doubt he'll get there, but I hope he does. I hope he proves me wrong one day. But anyway, this video is about stat grinding your Aeons in Gird. First off, you get the Aeon Soul from Belgamine, go through Remium Temple and all that. So to recap what you do early, first you use, let's see, where are they? Use power distillers on mobs in Beaconel, then kill the enemies and raise Anima's strength up to 180 plus. I have all of her stats at 255 except for these two, which don't matter. And then here's how you farm stuff that's not luck. Kados. Here's the fast way of doing it. Just to recap how you do the other stats. Have Riku in the front. Make sure everyone has first strike, of course. The other stats don't matter. We'll say power. That's fine. Oh, also, ideally, Auto Phoenix will not be around, because that takes time. You Grand Summon Anima, and then you use Oblivion. Now, I did not do it this way. I really should have, because I wasted a bunch of time trying to actually kill Kados manually. You do not want to do that. You do it this way. This is what you do. Weapon and armors don't matter aside from first strike for this strat to work. And there you go, 40 spheres. I'm going to quickly change Yuna's armor to whatever, Peaceful Ring. It's fine. We'll run that by one more time. Kados. Obviously set your cursor to memory. Set Yuna to comrade also, and you rinse repeat this process. It takes a long time to do this, but it's worth it. Buy the distillers from any merchant. Well, just buy it from the monster arena dude. I mean, he's literally right there. Okay. There you go. Easy 80 spheres unless you get the rare drop. Nothing wrong with that. There we go. Now, for luck, which is the main attribute to... Well, not the main attribute, but the only attribute that you can't Kados farm. You have to kill Earth Eater. So, Earth Eater, I'm going to swap out Riku, just so this goes a little faster. Now, my Anima's luck is super high, because I used her to kill the other Dark Aeons, and I wanted to do it with just her and no one else. Now, here is a strat. I'm just going to show what you do in the beginning, no matter what, because you definitely need to do this early on. You fire off... I will fire off an Oblivion right from the start. And then you just spam Pain. This process takes I think 3 minutes. Okay, and now, as I said, you definitely have to do this, but make sure your luck or your magic stat is sufficient enough to always always do 99999 damage. And I think the magic number, no pun intended, for that is 140. I'm pretty sure it's 140. But if you're gonna do anima, like if you're gonna do what I like to do with anima, which is kill the Dark Aeons, then just raise it to 255, so you benefit from damage via black magic and drain and Curaga. But if your only goal is to kill Dark Anima, then magic at 255 won't matter, because Dark Anima is immune to all magic. But anyway, we'll keep spamming Pain. Let's keep spamming Pain. Earth Eater dies. He'll die eventually. You especially want to do this if you haven't maxed Anima's HP and haven't maxed Anima's magic or physical defense. Magic defense might actually be optional, but I had to max it in order to kill Dark Ixion. You should probably also do it for Dark Veil 4 if you want to do that. Anima is used for this simply because Pain is guaranteed to do 99999 damage. And also, as a side note, her normal attack, I think, has the fastest animation, yeah, fastest animation for any normal attack in the game. It's half a second with haste. Now, I would put a timer on the screen for this run and the next run I'm about to show, which I'm not going to because I'm lazy. If you do not raise Anima's magic defense, then the overdrive will fill really quickly. Well, much quicker than this. And you should spam Oblivion as much as possible if you haven't raised her defense. Okay, so that's a run. We should get 2 Fortune Spheres. Yep. But I'm going to show a faster way of doing this. Now, the problem with this is you have to take the time to grind Anima's luck, which takes forever manually. But it can be worth it, especially if you want to use Anima to kill the Dark Aeons. I don't advise that, personally. I would advise raising an Elemental Aeon, i.e. Ifrit, Ixion, or Shiva to do that, because they're better for healing. But I love Anima. So here is what I do for doing this. And if you do Anima first, I don't know how much time this would save if you're gonna try raising the Mage's Sister's luck up to 180 or so for Dark Anima. But here's what I do. Start with haste, start with 2 cheers, then you see how much faster the normal attack animation is compared to spamming Pain. The Pain is like, what is it, 7 second? It's like 7 or 8 seconds, whereas this is just, boom, like 1 second, or half a second. The reason why I did 2 stacks of cheer is to guarantee that I do 99999 damage against the Earth Eater. You definitely don't want to kill it without an overkill, because then you get one fortune sphere. The way I've got this down now, with max magic defense, is I have it down to a science where I fire one Oblivion and then spam normal attacks. I'm pretty sure it's faster to just do one Oblivion than spamming Oblivions with this strategy. Also, obviously, you turn the Aeon animations to short, not default. Or long, or whatever it is. And there you go. Now, I actually did time this, and this takes about 2 minutes 20 seconds or so on average. That is assuming you always critical hit the Earth Eater. Now, I'm going to run through this again just to show what happens when you don't use 2 stacks of cheer. Just to show that you do need stacks of cheer in order to critical hit, in order to overkill the thing consistently, even with max strength, even with max, well, not max luck, but enough luck to always critical hit. So we'll just not use any stacks of cheer. The chances are good of getting max damage, and there I just didn't get a critical. I think Anima's luck needs to be 110 for 100% chance to... See right there. Not 99999. Not max damage. I think the odds of no overkill with 0 stacks of cheer, I'm pretty sure the odds of not overkilling is 1 in 8, roughly, according to a damage calculator, which I am willing to link in the description. And I'll of course link a video to the video that I am responding to. And we'll fire off an Oblivion. Now, with 1 stack of cheer, according to the damage calculator I'm using, and it hasn't proved me wrong, and it hasn't been proven wrong so far, the odds of not getting the overkill on the last hit go from 1 in 8 to 1 in 32 with 1 stack of cheer. So you definitely need at least 1 stack of cheer. Whether or not you want to go with 1 or 2 for it to be guaranteed after a crit, it's kind of up to you. But I'll go with 2 just to make certain that I actually get the overkill. And there you go. Now, if you're playing the PC version of this game, you'll have access to ×4 speed, and I definitely recommend you... Well, I would say I recommend you do that, but if you're playing the PC version of this game, you also have access to save editors, in which you could just use your save editor and hack your Aeon stats to max, and if you have access to that, none of this shit matters. Just hack your Aeon stats, because look at my in-game time. Now, some of this is Blitzball, but most of this is Aeon stat grinding. Just essentially for Anima, but I did raise the Magus Sisters. And yes, they're named after the Three Stooges, because they are about that intelligent, at best. Now, what do you do if you're playing the original North American and Japanese versions of the game, where you don't have power distillers and all that. Well, you still want to max. Well, you don't want to max luck as much. You can still do luck via Earth Eater, like I just did. But if you're playing North American or Japanese versions of the game, there's no real good place for mana. I guess you go to Mushroom Rock Road. Like, I looked on the wiki to see where the best spot would be, and that was the best thing I could come up with. This is if you don't have access to extract ability, extract power, blah blah blah. You don't have access to power distillers. Here's what you do. Oh, just make sure they have first strike. Oh, Titus, you need first strike. Okay. They have first strike. Very good. For power spheres, we're going to go to Gagazet. We're going to go to the cave. We're going to go underwater in the cave. We're going to ignore that big bastard over on the right. There is no chance of me defeating that Noosphere Grid right now. Unfortunately, the only way to beat that is to max the Aeon, or max the Magus Sisters plus a couple more Aeons. Well, maybe not max a couple more Aeons, but stat grind a bunch of Aeons. Hope to God the Magus Sisters do what you want them to do. Trust me, they're not going to. And hope you win. There's a reason that's only been done once. So, by the way, these don't matter at all, the armors. They're just there because I crafted them. All that matters is you have a weapon with first strike on Riku. That is literally the only thing that matters for power sphere grinding in the original North American and Japanese versions. We're going to go swimming. Okay. Set Riku to use Petrify Grenade. You could use Supreme Gems if you want, but the animation for that is very long. Petrify Grenade takes much less time. There we go. The only reason I brought up the Supreme Gem thing is because, you know, AoE. Right here, Splashers. And there you go. Again, unfortunately you don't get overkills, but this is the best thing I've found for power sphere grinding without the Kados method. In other words, if it's unavailable. Now, occasionally you'll encounter Male Spikes, which give mana spheres. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. Let's see if I can get... I'll get into one more encounter and see if I can get a Male Spike. Just to show that you can get mana spheres. Okay, I guess they're extinct. Whatever. And there you go. And let's get out of here. Now for speed farming, if you have the original North American or Japanese versions that don't have power distiller or extract power, etc. And I think you probably already know where I'm going. We're going to Beaconel. And while we're walking to Cactuar Nation, if you haven't done the side quest, obviously do it. I will mention that as you level up Anima's luck, should you choose to do this, and obviously she needs a lot of luck to do the normal attack strat, like as she gets higher and higher luck, you can experiment with hitting Anima with normal attacks, but make sure you do the final hit with Pain to ensure that overkill. If you want to do that, then you kind of have to get a feel for how often you've critical hitted Anima or Earth Eater up to that point, and then try and predict the final hit. But I have it at a point where there's almost no chance of her not getting a crit, so again, if you want to play around with mixing in normal attacks plus Pain, do so. But like I also said earlier, if you're just starting to raise her luck, or if you choose not to do it, then just spam Pain. Just ensure you get the overkill. On the plus side, if you farm for a shitload of fortune spheres for improving luck, you will get so many dark matters that you will be able to craft ribbon on quite a few characters. In other words, Titus Walker, Riku, and Yuna, which are the 4 characters that matter at this point in the game in No Sphere Grid. Right. So there is a way that I have theory crafted for this. Let's get Kamari, Waka, and Yuna. Yuna needs to have first strike for this. If you have Shiva, Ixion, or Ifrit at 30,000 plus health, that is advisable, but you don't have to. Ifrit, I'm just curious if Ifrit's learned Firaga. Ifrit is the best for this because... Okay, cool. Because Ifrit has the lowest base magic defense. As you can see, Ixion has 87, Ifrit has 62, Shiva has 71. You don't need to max one of the elemental Aeons for this, but, you know, you can if you want. So speed, you probably already know where I'm going with this. It's advisable to have the party members... Oh, wait, hold on. Advisable to have the party members in question with Auto Phoenix and Auto Haste armors. You can do Master Thief for Riku if you want to do Chocobo Wing farming also. But that's not necessary. Instead, we got a preemptive strike. You summon Aeons, you use overdrives, and profit. Special magic ignores magic defense, so this is fine. I think all Aeons that have special magic as their overdrive damage calculation just one-shot these things, and they ignore the 255 magic defense. See, I got 12 speed spheres. Eventually, you would want to get any of your Aeons, whichever one, up to a point where they have like 50 accuracy or so they can always hit and overkill the Cactars with their normal attacks, so you don't have to recharge overfill or recharge overdrive all the time. Yeah, we'll do this one more time just to show it off. And this is a little unfortunate, getting a zoo encounter, because the zoo will always take 2 hits no matter what, unless you use that motto. But then you don't get overkill, which is the whole point of this. Now, the reason you use Elemental Aeons, also leave magic defense at base value. The reason why is if you raise magic defense and cast the Aga spell of its own type at itself, it'll heal itself for less. So, like, let's look at Fire Aga here. If I raise magic defense, it will not heal for nearly that much. So yeah, for the Elemental Aeons, you absolutely leave magic defense at base value and just get a shitload of HP. Like 30 to 40,000 plus, at least. You probably actually might want to go 60,000 at the end of the day. But this will be the last battle I show. I didn't expect it to go this long. I thought this would be brief. But yeah, this is stat grinding in Nosphere Grid. In both versions. Well, every version. Once you get accuracy up to 50 in the old version, you focus on getting, if you're grinding for strength, you get agility to 170. You can raise evasion if you want, though that's only really necessary for... Actually, I don't even know what battles that's necessary for. You can kill Fenrir with... You can kill most enemies that have the thing where they inflict death that ignores death proof. You can kill many of those with just high strength summons that with haste and just kill them before they can do anything. You can also kill them with Trio of 9999 attack reels plus Blitz Ace. You don't need Ribbon for most of those enemies, so yeah. Anyway, that's it for this little video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys. Farewell. And I'm back to Earth Eater farming.